Seats.
Killer whales in the southern hemisphere can actually capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Watch as that guy demonstrates a similar behavior right here at the front of the pool. Antarctic orcas will create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Watch as Corky demonstrates a similar wave-making technique, showing off one of the most impressive and complex hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. But you can't truly imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it for yourselves. Luckily, I have two very special volunteers who are going to get to feel the power of the killer whale in that 55-degree salt water. You might want to keep those ponchos on, guys, and come on down and take a seat right here. Have a seat on this blue box right here. And hold on tight to that white handle so you don't get washed away like that seal we saw. Now who's ready to see them get wet? The whales are on their way. Hold on tight, that water is a chilly 55 degrees. And here comes that wave. Good job, guys. Aren't you glad you're wearing those ponchos? I thought so. Now, because killer whales live in all parts of the ocean, it's no surprise they eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on the screen behind me is the largest animal on Earth. In fact, it is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So how can a killer whale this size eat a blue whale that size out in the ocean? It's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales are always showing off their playful side, both out in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when killer whales swim fast at the surface, breaking out of the water just briefly. You can see them doing this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or when surfing in a wave. To be touched and will often rub their bellies on rocks when they can. We see our whales demonstrate a similar behavior just like killer whales in British Columbia would.
babasaya naman tayo. Yung kanyang buntot, oh.
Killer whales in the wild will also imitate each other. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from one another. For example, killer whales in the wild might use a tail whipping hunting to stun fish, but today I think they're gonna come stun all of you. At SeaWorld. It's how we build trusted relationships, provide optimal healthcare, research, and quality of life. Our whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. For example, they can roll over and present us their tail flukes. This is helpful in getting a voluntary blood sample from the vein that runs along the inside of their tail. They can even slide out onto a scale. We monitor all our whales' weights to make sure they're growing properly. We can even get a breath sample from their blowhole, all because of the relationships we build here at SeaWorld day after day. Now I'd like to take a minute to introduce you to a very special whale of our pod. Joining me here at center stage, get your cameras ready. This is Keat. Now Keat is a 28-year-old male weighing an impressive 9,000 pounds. Now Keat has a very special place in my heart. He is one of the first whales I ever got to work with, and he loves taking naps, blowing bubbles, eating giant snowballs, and spending time with his trainers. Over his 28 years here at SeaWorld, Keat has inspired millions of guests just like you to help protect and conserve our oceans. We interact with our whales every day to challenge and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play all help keep our whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcas and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Dapat lahat sila. Sabay-sabay na.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Orca Encounter. We hope you gain a better appreciation for these incredible animals. Have a great rest of your day here at SeaWorld.